Hey guys, we're here today at the Community Military Exchange event hosted by House of Power. Shout out to Krista for bringing me along with this. And shout out to the homie behind the camera, all right, for being here, giving his great talents. Braxton, if you guys need some camera magic, hit him up. He'll help you out. So let's go inside real quick, get away from this windy weather. Almost got punched by him. Watch out, yo, we have to, oh shit. Watch out, give him a cut. Oh. All right, come on, we gotta get in here, All right, let's come on around over here, guys. Well, pleasure to meet you. My name's Elijah.
Nice to meet you, Elijah. I'm Tameka.
Tameka, pleasure.
Thank
you. Let me ask you, what is it that you do? What do you want people to know about you?
So I'm What's in Your House Boutique. So I sell new and pre-loved clothing items. I am a professional ladies headquarters. We offer new, like I said, pre-loved, formal wear, casual wear, professional wear, wherever you need to go wear.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Anywhere you need to go,
Anywhere you need to go.
All right. Honestly, I do need a new, nice button-up dress down, so I'm gonna have to hit you up.
Absolutely. I can take care of that for you.
All right. So how long have you been doing this? What inspired you to want to get into fashion? Do you have a creative mindset? Do you have family that are in this industry, or you just took the leap of faith?
I just took a leap of faith. I have nobody in the fashion industry. In fact, I'm not even a fashionista myself. I've been blessed to be able to acquire the goods. And so I've been starting to do a little bit more, getting into that fashion area and stuff. The girls, the models have found me. And so they pushing me into that arena. They now call me, I went from the thrift store to the boutique. Now they calling me a designer. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, and that's what it is sometimes. Sometimes it's just the experience of being in there for so many years in any industry, because just having that, sometimes real life actual experience is better than just book knowledge. But so what have you learned about yourself, tackling this new industry? What interests you about it? What keeps you going every day? If I'm making sense, you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
So I love people and I love meeting new people. I love traveling and seeing new faces. And so that's what it has inspired me to go forth and do it a little bit more. And I love the flexibility. So because I can be flexible in what I do, that's the main thing that keeps me going.
And flexibility of your time, or is it?
Time, absolutely. I was able to gain my time back by, working my own business.
Yeah. And what's your goals for the future of the company? Do you plan to own a brick and mortar, or are you going to stick it to an online business by any chance?
I'm actually going to stick to an online business right now from what I can see. The brick and mortar is not really where it's at now. People like to shop from their phone so they can scroll on their phone all night long and buy whenever they want to buy. So I'm going to go right where the people are. That's online.
Hey, work smarter, not harder, right?
Absolutely.
Now, Tameka, thank you so much. Absolutely. I appreciate it. I'm going to show off your table and some of your clothing over here first.
Sure.
But please shout yourself out and how people can support you, your business, and the whole nine.
So I'm What's in Your House Boutique. And like I said, we can find us on Instagram, Poshmart, whatnot, WHATSYOURHOUSE. So that's What's in Your House. So you can find me there. You can support me by being a part of my online sales and then just reaching out. You can send me an email. I offer this amazing budget bundle boxes where you give me the budget, I build a box. So we can save you some money for all of your fashionable needs.
Especially during the holidays, it's perfect timing to get your loved ones some nice new gear. It's perfect timing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. No, thank you. We're going to show off your table real quick. Perfect. Come on over. Let's look at this fine. I might be able to fit in a nice little, skinny jeans. Get the skinny jeans back, you know what I'm saying? But guys, there's more to this right now, but this is what she has in stock. A nice little variety. Shout out to the Marines as well, all military. Thank you for your service. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job. Keep doing what you're doing. But look at this. Boom. Look at these fresh shoes. Bam. Come up to the playground or wherever. Bam. Bring that. Bam. Look at these shoes. Okay, great job. Oh, actually, let me get a business. Actually, I'll take one of these bad boys to share around. Whoa. Almost got hit by the cone. All right, guys. Right here is just donations that are going toward military families in need. Anybody needs anything, come on through. I'll put the location down in the description. And why you put the little hamster here? Why would you want to punch a cute little hamster? Look at that thing. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Okay, this is one that fights back. There we go. Oh, okay. Uppercut. There we go. Oh, all right. This is a lot more. Oh, damn. Almost got me in the lip there. Boom. Bam. Choo, choo, choo. Oh, all right. Got me sweating. Altum Health and Wellness, LLC. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Elijah. What is your name again? I'm so sorry.
Marsha.
Marsha. Well, so Marsha, please tell us a little bit about yourself, what got you started in the business, and what's your why?
Oh, wow. My why is to empower every single female to use nutrition as medicine, to just navigate through this life being their best version of themselves. Right. So, just a little bit about myself. I am a retired Navy nurse.
Thank you for your service too.
Absolutely. And after retirement, I went into the community, was working with seniors, and there was a big difference between working with healthy active duty members, and then when I again transitioned into civilian world, I realized that I was working with people with lots of chronic condition, and I didn't feel equipped because all I was doing was pushing medication, take your medicine like the doctor says, and then that medication would cause something else, and I just knew that I could not continue any longer to do the same thing over and over again. So I went back to school, got my master's degree in clinical nutrition and integrative health, so that I can now be equipped with the knowledge that I really needed to help my patients navigate through their disease processes. So now I'm offering nutrition therapy and married that with nursing. And then, hey, we have a great product here. And recently I added IV hydration, IM injection, semaglutides to just help those people who are doing all the things, but things are just not moving. So this kind of just helped them to just move in that positive direction that they're really looking to go into. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, that's phenomenal too. And let me ask you, like, do you think there's a big revolution going on or a big awakening in the medical field when it comes to, again, these pharmaceuticals and the actual, the Band-Aid thing, what they're doing, you know what I mean? So do you think a lot of your colleagues, have the same mindset? Do you see it spreading across other hospitals, stuff like that? If I'm making sense, I don't know.
Yeah, you're making sense. Actually, with my nutrition colleagues, for sure, especially for those of us who have gone through the integrative medicine training, right? We're looking for the root cause and not Band-Aid. So we're trying to figure out what is going on. And then really helping people understand and being in tune with our bodies. Our bodies send so many signals, but we don't sit still enough, long enough to really listen to what the body's really telling us. So that's one of the things that I really love doing, right? Just showing my patient, look, just sit still, use the journal. What did you eat at breakfast? How did that make you feel an hour later? And that's how we really find lots of triggers. So definitely there is a revolution. People are really getting fed up and tired of not being listened to, and just here's a pill and just go away instead of really finding out what is wrong with them. But I don't really blame the doctors. It's just the system, the healthcare system, and they really don't have any control over that unless they're in private practice.
And that's the thing, right? It's a bigger. People want to simplify it to these small things, but it's a big gray area. You know, it's almost like a cycle. You look at the diet that Americans have. You know, with fast food, everything. Like you said, no one takes the time to slow down, appreciate just the beauty of even cooking. You know, like a good healthy meal, right? But I think people now are kind of just sick of it, and you realize you have these. How is it that we spend so much money on our healthcare, and yet you look at, individuals, obesity, diabetes, and it's sad too, because Alzheimer's, stuff like that too. It's hard. So it's great that you're just out there putting knowledge and stuff like that. Like what are your goals for the future of your company overall? Do you plan to take it across the East Coast? Do you what do you have any thoughts like that far off, or am I going too crazy?
To be honest, I love to be in control of my time and my peace, and although I just want to be able to, my goal actually, let me take it a step back, is to reach out to those people that have been assigned to me.
Yeah.
And if that's just locally, then that's fine.
Yeah.
As a Christian, if the Lord says move further, then that's what I'm going to do. It's just about being obedient, whatever it is He wants me to do. But I would really like to stay in a space where it's more intimate. And if I can empower those people, and those people can empower other people, then we spread the world. We spread the wealth across the world. So I don't really have to reach across, state line or overseas or internationally. I just really love my community, and I feel that if I can, really equip them, then we can just achieve the goal.
Oh, that's beautiful. And that's true, because, I feel like a lot of people nowadays are trying to find that purpose, my why. And I think it can just be right there in your neighborhood. Help your neighbor, whether it be even just taking out the trash for your elderly neighbor, or, there's so many, just those small things can make a humongous impact on your community. Because who knows? And maybe the youth is looking at you like, oh, wow, he's helping clean up the streets. Why don't I do that? You know, and at that point they think it's fun. So it's just like an average day. So that's phenomenal. I'm sorry. So is there any? Sorry, my ADHD is all over the place. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Company.
No, Vega, no, I love you're great company too. Seriously, I love you. I love what you're doing. So by any chance, could I get an IV right now? Can I get one done?
Sure.
Yes, we're gonna get an IV done live. All right. How much is it?
Okay, so it just depends on
Yeah.
which one you want.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. See, there's different. Okay, so want to explain that to people? The different varieties.
So,
I
yeah,
didn't know that. Okay.
I don't think I have my list out here. So yes, we have different IVs. They're
Yeah.
probably very similar to
Yeah.
what I offer
Oh, okay,
with
yep.
the I am. We
Okay.
have the IV to go along with that. So the IV, the baseline starts at $160, and
Okay.
if you want to add on anything after 3 ingredients, that's an additional charge. So just to let you know, the process works because the way the process works, you have to get cleared by a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So we'll get you all set up. The doctor will get online telehealth, and he would ask you questions after you fill out your form. And if he feels that it's okay for me to proceed, then he gives us the green light, and then I get the IV started. Yeah, so everything is medically supervised. We're not
Okay.
doing any woo-woo stuff
Yeah,
here.
no back alley medical stuff. All right, here. You know what I'm saying? Can I get a third arm installed actually in the back?
I don't think I can help you with that.
Dang it. No, yeah, I'd love to do. So we're gonna.
And if you want something even simpler, we could do a shot.
No, I want to do the. No, I want to do the full thing. I want to get the full experience. So would it be easier because I got to do the paperwork, right? Okay, no problem. So I'll get that done, and we'll record me doing the whole process. But please, before I go, please shout yourself out. How people can support you, your dreams, ambitions, the whole nine.
Oh, yeah. So you can visit me on www.altumwellness.com. Follow me on Instagram at Altum Wellness. And, just follow me so that you can stay updated with all the most recent events that we're having. On December 10th, I am going to be in Virginia Beach. I don't really have the address right off the top of my head, but I'm going to be there 9 to 5, providing all of the services. And if you follow me, you get that information so people can come on down, talk to me, talk about menopause, PCOS, diabetes, anything related to chronic disease. We can discuss that. And if you are ready for services, we can do that as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to get you on the podcast. I would love to dig deeper into the whole the diabetes and how much it cures. If there's yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. All right,
Pleasure.
thank you. And we're live, baby. Sonya, pleasure to meet you. First off, Elijah, pleasure. So, Sonya, tell us about yourself. How is it? Because I know we talked earlier before we recorded. You're a military spouse, and what are the ups and downs that people may be going through that when they're going into a military family that they don't understand? And just tell us the daily life, because it has its struggles, it has its positives. So how do you get through those battles, the whole nine?
Yeah, I would say as a military spouse, one of the biggest struggles is just the loneliness. You move around and you don't really, unless you attend something like this, you don't really meet anyone. We've been here over a month-ish. And I met maybe 2 people before I came here. And we mostly just go to the park and stuff. I would say also working, looking for jobs. I paint on my side, free time, which I do enjoy doing. But as far as switching jobs and just navigating that. And then I would say last, the deployments and the underways, my husband just came back from my underway. So me and my kids spend a lot of time alone.
So, and then is that when you picked up painting and stuff like that as well? Do your kids do it with you as well, or is that how do you do that?
Yeah.
Questions? I'm trying to jump to 20 questions. I want to say.
You're hey, yeah. So I actually started painting when I graduated college. I studied abroad in Australia, like I told you.
Yeah.
And COVID happened, and they shut everything down. But I didn't leave. I took all my classes online, and there was a girl that lived next door to me. She had a balcony. She painted every day, and she just told me to do it because we were all stressed. And I did it, and then I just fell in love with it. And then I came back, and I just couldn't stop painting. So I've worked for mental health, social and emotional well-being with youth. In Baltimore, I've worked in the school system, but every time I've changed jobs, I've always done painting on the side. I really love to do it mainstream, but I'm not really good at advertising myself and showing stuff off. And even when I introduce myself, my friend always tells me say you're an artist first. So,
Wait, you're promoting yourself now, so yeah. Do you have an Instagram or website or anything?
Yeah, so my Instagram is _graveyards. And then my art Instagram is mossmedia_. So
yeah. It's definitely challenging for sure, especially if you're not used to that, especially now in the landscape of social media, it's like you almost have to promote 24/7 to really be relevant. But especially nowadays, you can use like there's a lot of tools you can utilize. But there's people out there. But anyways, I want to go back. I had a question earlier. So because you were talking about when you came down here, it was hard to like reach out and make friends. Like, do you think like is it the community when it comes to like the military like spouse thing, or is it just like it was just difficult because was it 6 months? You only been here 6 months, right? 7 months, 8 months?
We've been in Virginia 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were in Norfolk for the first 3 years, and then the extra time we've moved to Virginia Beach now. I would say for me, my perception is just like I'm more like I don't know, like I like to be more connected. I think social media is a great way. I think that's also why I don't thrive with art, because I don't use that as much as I should, and I've tried, but then I'll like die on it because it's called social media where you should be social, but most people aren't really using it for that, you know? So I think for me, it's just like the personal relations have kind of like lost. Like people don't really like yap and talk and hang out anymore. Like we were just saying, you know, more stuff like this where it's like personal and like everybody's talking to each other, whereas like you can have 100 people in here, but then people are on their phones or standing on the wall, they're not really saying anything. And I think most of the times where it was opportunities to meet people, that's kind of, you know, what ended up happening. So
it's that's a great point, honestly. It's just nowadays people care more about their social media life than their actual real life, and because it's, you know, comparison's the thief of joy.
yeah.
And sorry, I thought you were gonna say that. Well, I'm still learning. You're going back and forth. But yeah, no, it's the social media has definitely. I just hope it doesn't affect the youth, you know, because I mean they're the most malleable. So it's like, you know, you have these young kids thinking they're not worth it, but it's like, I mean, don't compare yourself. You have great possibilities within you.
And that's really sad. I don't know if you do like current news, or I think in Chicago, I want to say there was a mom who had sickle cell. I don't know if you've seen that. And she was like, yeah, so if you look it up, there's a mom who had sickle cell. I want to say it's in Chicago, but if you just look it up, you'll see it.
I'll put it on the description.
Yeah. And there was a bunch of middle schoolers, and it reminded me of our conversation earlier why I stopped teaching. There was a bunch of middle schoolers that followed her and her son home. And was making fun of her because of the way she like talks and walks and the way she's shaped. And they like pregnant? Beat her. Yeah. Well, not beat, but essentially like they put hands on her and, you know, assaulted her essentially. And I forgot how this even came up, but
we were talking about kids in society and social society and social cues.
Like when you look at that and the way they're posting and stuff, they're doing whatever gets them attention. And when you get on social media, it's like that's what you see. You see other positive stuff, but it's like very advertised. Whereas like the stuff that's coming up is like the music and the fighting and anything that's like entertaining. And kids are quick to do stuff that's entertaining to get them views and likes, and that blew up quick. Whereas like I post a piece of art, or like, you know, Jaja, she loves to cook. My daughter, she loves to cook, and I post like cooking videos. It's like, yeah, our friends and family will like it, but it's like, you know, that stuff is quicker to get up and get hyped because that, it seems like that's what they want. It's just like the negativity. Like, you know, we post it as like it's social media and it's positive and stuff, but it also has like a very place where dark stuff seems to flourish, and that's the stuff that gets highlighted and pushed like immediately, and that's the thing that gets like the most views and the most comments, and then all of a sudden, you know, everybody's watching it and it's circulating. So
I mean, you know, it's just anger is the easiest emotion to go into. You know, a great quote is, how many times have we made ourselves sad? Have we thought ourselves to sadness instead of to happiness?
Yeah, so I wish when I first came down here, I worked for nonprofit called Project Numa. They just closed down in Baltimore, which is really sad. I could talk all day about that, but I worked for them. They had a relation with the police department in Baltimore, where they would connect specifically young Black boys with the police department, and they would do social and emotional wellness. So like yoga, sound bowls, just like anything like nature and like regulating your emotions. And when I came down here, I was looking for something for that, and it was absent. So I just think that needs to be focused on. It's like people don't want to. I know that I give me 1 second.
I'll make it quick. Sorry.
Yeah, but people don't want to like fund money into it. But it's definitely like clearly a place that needs to have money for. It's like the school system needs, they need to learn how to read, write, and do math, but if they can't regulate their emotions, if they can't sit there, if they can't talk to you, if they can't do positive things and have positive interactions, and when you go into the classroom, you're not going to be able to reach them on like the educational aspect. So.
Or just even on a deeper level, because they're not caring
and
what
they're not receptive, what they're worried about is the likes, the views. I've had, like, as a teacher, they're sitting there, they're like doing their hair, cutting their nails.
We have the phone recording right there, like,
doing TikTok videos in the corner. So it's like we gotta regulate like their focus and remind them what's important, which goes into a whole deeper thing of just like parenting, and like it starts at home. And a lot of people we focus on the kids, and I think the kids are very important, but like it's the adults that are raising them. So
it's both, it's advice, what I mean. It takes a tribe to raise a village.
Yeah.
I mean,
it takes a village.
it takes a village to raise a kid. But sorry, I don't want to hold you up any longer, Sonya. But so before we sign off, how can shout out your art, Instagram, that whole nine, how people can support you?
Yeah, so mainly, if you want to see like funny videos of like my kids cooking, and I love doing yoga, you can follow _graveyards. And for all art stuff, you can do Moss Media. So Moss is my last name, and then media. So.
Thank you so much, Sonya. I appreciate you so much. All right. Have a great one. All right. I'll tag you in everything on the episode. So we'll talk soon. Thank you. So come here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So this is the lovely host, Krista, of this great event. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. So so tell me, how's because you were doing this before, right? In Japan yourself. So tell me what inspired you to start this and all the way to where you are today.
I love that. Thank you so much. Okay, so I did kick this off in Yokosuka, Japan. It was something actually that I created because I was in postpartum and it was really ugly. I was overseas with 3 daughters and they were looking at me like, Mom, what the helly, right? And so I was like, I'm going to go and try out an event. Now, I went to the event, met this amazing woman who I'm still connected to. She is also a milspoucepreneur. But she hugged and embraced me and it was so amazing. But I was like, this event was still missing something. But I'm not a complainer. I'm solution oriented, right? So I said, I'm going to create that event. So we did, and started off with a coffee social. It was fun. It was chill. People came out. But then the second one we did, more people came out. And then people were like, Chris, how did you do that? And can I talk about my business during your event? And I was like, absolutely. So one thing led to another. That was also the year that Juneteenth was inaugurated. So I held... You're just magical from the beginning. Okay. So it was amazing. I think we had about 200 people out, right? At the Juneteenth in Japan.
So were these still cafes? Like, when was the time when you truly expanded to like a bigger venue?
Not till I came to the States, right? Whereas you have to start over. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. In the military community, you have to pick up everything, stop it, drop it, and start all over again. So that was actually what prompted me to actually go from side hustle season to a small business. And the culture, the mantra is that, we help you bloom where you're planted. One of the biggest things that you have to do as a mil spouse is pick it up, replant again, start over, and do it with some sort of energy. Like, it's going to be okay. I'm not starting from the beginning. I have a wealth of knowledge already. And then when I came to the States, it was about loving the military community, but the culture was so different. So I had to integrate in civilians, people that I were connecting to. And then I was like, wait a minute, I got to put these two sandwiches together. Okay. And so we started going out to, bigger establishments, but really I was helping businesses do their behind the scenes for events. So anyone doing weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually events, we did their behind the scenes tech, their marketing, their automations, their workflows. And so I'm a behind the scenes girly. But for my military community, I like to be out front in person. There's not a lot of activity in this off-base housing. So it was really important for me to anchor where people can come out, just hang out, meet someone new, not necessarily just hang out at the park and be bored. You can come in, have some conversation, have some snacks. And it's an excellent way to integrate the civilians into the military life so that we actually know the resources that are in the area that you've recently moved to, right? You're starting over. So that was what started it. I've taken lots of pivots since, but it's been a wild ride ever since. So, starting in just events, moving to digital marketing, and now in public relations. The goal is to help speak for brands in the founder's absence.
So, like, what's your goal now? Like, are you planning to help other military spouses do the same thing you're doing in other military bases? Like, yeah. Well, is that, have you thought about that?
Yeah. So the thought process with this is to just scale the impact with all of the off-base housing. Yes, we could go on base, but off-base allows that integration to the civilian businesses as well. So for me, it's just helping entrepreneurs get that grounding in how to showcase, how to, get that visibility out there, how to get that awareness. And it starts, as simple as a conversation. Or a hello. Okay.
Exactly. It was so awesome how I met you though. So we were at Jake Main's event. Shout out to Jake Main's. It was just out of nowhere too. I was just like, you were like, hey, it's you. I was like, I loved your energy though.
Proud of 4, right? Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I give you props, because a lot of people, like, let me ask you, do you always had this bubbly energy, like
Absolutely.
Very? Okay.
Yeah. Well, always is relative. Okay. Most time when people say always and never, is a lie coming. But often, I am more consistently this way because I think good energy is infectious. It's, contagious. It makes sure that people understand that you come with good vibes, and I usually attract good vibes as a result. So for the most part, yes. If we're in any setting like this, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's just, and then it brings people's true selves out too. Because like everyone nowadays is so like hesitant to like. It's like, why though?
Shy.
Like, yeah, it's like, why do you think? Yeah, you think it's social media, or like I had a conversation. I had a conversation with Sonya about that too. How like society, like social media is manipulating society so much. Like, do you think that's the issue? Like, why people are so afraid?
It's one of the issues. One of the issues. I think self-awareness is also an issue. In which, as far as I'm concerned, for public relations, that ties in heavily to awareness and visibility, which is why I'm not only a PR executive but also a marketing and branding coach as well. Because I think that conversation, that mindset is important as well. So yes, social media did it because it made it super easy to just, be, whatever, and behind the scenes and even fake it. And, it is what it is. But the people who are actually trying to make a significant impact, and actually, touch people and, create some transformations, they understand getting in person at events. And so, yeah.
No, it's just people. Especially nowadays with AI and technology, you can't really trust anything online anymore. And the only thing you can't fake is human interaction, right?
Exactly. There's nothing that can be replaced about a human connection and touch. And this is coming from someone who heavily uses artificial intelligence. One of my favorite co-pilots is artificial intelligence. That's the best way that I amplify, accelerate, and just overall expand the clients and partners that House of PrVLG works with. So yes, artificial intelligence is amazing, but it's supposed to be a partner, not in the driver's seat. And people who understand that do, and people who don't should catch my adult learning class coming soon.
Oh, coming soon. All right. Yeah, give me information. I'll post that in the video and stuff like that. Krista, thank you so much for your time. This is a great event. I love it. I can't wait for your next one. And anything else you'd like to shout out, how people can support you, the whole nine?
Yes, absolutely. You can follow us on PrVLG. That's spelled PrVLG. So Peter, Romeo, Victor, Lima, George, okay? Marketing. And that's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. That's on LinkedIn. We try to be on all the platforms because we appreciate SEO. Wink, wink, okay? But I would love for any event organizers or founders who's looking to get out of that solopreneurship. We're curing that disease. So, check us out, figure out how we can facilitate some of your onboarding or just some of your workflows so that you don't have to be the one to do every single thing. And like I said, yes, we do use artificial intelligence to help with a lot, but we are human focused and centered.
Thank you so much, Krista. I appreciate you so much. It's all right. I love it. Great scene. No, thank you so much. I always appreciate the opportunity. And I got to get you on the podcast so we can talk deeper. That's for sure.
That was the first win. And I was like, you know what, we're going to add some impact in between before then. But yes, I'm down for the podcast for sure. Your energy is so amazing. Your art is so amazing. I'm just so grateful.
Oh, I'm grateful for you. Thank you for giving me a platform to present my art in. So thank you, Krista.
I love that.
God bless, all right?
Yes. See ya.
See ya. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch me, but not watch only me. Listen to the other stories we have here today, the entrepreneurs, the people that strive toward their dreams no matter what obstacles may be in their way. I hope that motivates you today and moving forward. Love y'all. Have a great day and grand rising.